Hello and welcome to this video. Now for this video we're going to be taking a look at my second custom visualization that I've implemented for Power BI. This visualization I'm calling the gap analysis visualization. And let's take a look at how we can use it by having a look at this report. Now this is a marketing report, and inside this report I have the revenue across multiple campaigns, the marketing cost across multiple campaigns, and then the revenue from direct marketing versus indirect marketing. So using those two different approaches. Having these two marketing approaches, it raises an interesting question. And that is that given these 5 marketing campaigns we have here, was there a difference, a gap between the direct marketing and indirect marketing in terms of the revenue that was brought in per each campaign? This is the question that my custom visualization, the gap analysis visualization, will help you solve. Getting started, let's go ahead and bring the visualization onto the page. So I'll go across here and click this symbol here to bring the visualization in. Let's go ahead and make it a bit bigger. I'll then go ahead and bring in my first thing, which is going to be my statements. For me, the statements are my campaign names. The next thing to bring in is my 2 different distinct groups to compare, and those were my marketing approaches. Next we need to bring in a values field, so let's go ahead and drag the revenue into the values field, and the chart is drawn for us. Now I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can see it, and let's take a look at it. So we can see here that Summer Fun, in fact, had a huge gap of about 1.1 million between indirect versus direct marketing in terms of revenue that was brought in. See, someone like Concepts, the gap was much smaller. The other interesting thing we can see here is that the Concepts campaign actually had indirect bring in less revenue than direct, versus say something like the Summer Fun campaign, where direct brought in less revenue than indirect. Because of this, we can say that for Concepts, using the marketing approach of direct marketing was a lot more effective than that of indirect. Now, knowing that it was more effective, we might want to find out some more details about this direct group in the Concepts campaign. So, for example, how many people were targeted for the direct marketing inside the Concepts campaign? And I've got that over here in the size of groups. So I'll take that and drag that into this extra details field. You'll now notice when I go and hover over a group, it tells you that extra information. So for the direct in the Concepts campaign, there was revenue of 969,000 and the number of people who were targeted was 212,000. Now I've actually got another field in there called age group. So I want to bring in that age group so we can have a look at the campaigns and these gaps over the various age groups. So why don't I take age group and I'll put in a statement, and that makes it now that I can drill down through the visualization. So you'll notice here if I go click one, it's actually going to cross filter for that campaign selection. But when I go ahead and turn on drill down mode, you notice when I click that Summer Fun, what happens is it drills down through. And now I can see that Gen X had the biggest gap, but I can see someone like Baby Boomers only had a gap of about 42,000. So as you can see, the visual supports doing drill downs, it supports doing cross filtering, and it even supports doing sorting of these rows by just bringing in a metric into the sort statements by fields. To review, let's take a look back at what type of data we need for the visualization so that you can go and now use it yourself. So for this we had a data set which contained a list of different conditions or statements, different rows, and for us it was the campaign name. I then also had this marketing approach field which gave me 2 distinct groups. So we can see the 2 groups. Lastly, I had a measure field, and my measure was revenue. You notice when I bring that in now, I have a table which gives me a list of rows with 2 groups, and now a metric where I'm comparing those 2 groups. So if you think about it, if you have a data set which has groups, and 2 groups in fact, with a list of statements and a metric that you want to compare across those groups, that's an ideal candidate for this visualization. Now that's all for this video. That was a quick look at my gap visualization and how you can use it. Be sure to check out my other video which walks through the properties and what you can change in terms of the formatting options and how you can use it a bit more. Also feel free to give me any suggestions on how it should be improved. If you've got any ideas, would love to hear them. And happy using the visualization. Hopefully you can find some new insights with it. Thank you.